Hiya. I'm Lily, and if you know anything about me, I have two very prominent personality traits. Number one is that I really like the selesnya, and the colors green, white in general, and magic. They're just fantastic and the best. And number two is that I am fantastically gay. Like, really gay. Like, all girls are nice. And in the past, when War of the Spark came out, I did a funny little video that was where I listed all the girls in War of the Spark, ranked by how much I want them to top me. And really, I stand by most of that video, but I figured we need a new ranking. I know me, I'm not having a good evening. I'm kinda scared. I'm getting my wisdom teeth out tomorrow. Don't know when my next video will be, just because I'm gonna have my wisdom teeth out and I don't know when I'm gonna be in ASMR mode again. But, I mean, it won't be that long. It'll be about a week at most. And I figured, you know what? Let's do it. Let's take my main magic identity and my main identity, and let's do this. Where I'm going to rank every single legendary girl in magic with selesnya in their colors, ranked by how much I want them to top me. Now, I can't just do just selesnya because that was like 16 options, so I went with anything that included selesnya in it. So that is selesnya, Abzian, Naya, Bant, blueless, blackless, redless, and 5 color. And I went by color identity, so commanders that have selesnya a color identity, that's what I kind of went by. And I also included planeswalkers because, you know, if they're nice, then they should be included. All should be legal as commanders, but that's a different topic entirely. But yeah, the criteria for this thing is completely subjective. It's me, like, first of all, like, I mean, on a base level, am I attracted to them? Like, would I want to be in a relationship with them? Would they make, like, a good partner? And two, would they make a good top? And, like, in the first one, if I need to, if you don't know what that term means and the implications of that, go look it up elsewhere. I'm not explaining that to you. So without further ado, let's jump into it. We're going to jump into it right in the middle. This is number 19. There are 36 total. And we're just going to work our way towards the bad ones, and then we'll start back up at 18 and go towards the front. And this first one we got up is Chorus of the Conclave. Now, this is a member of the Celestia. It was kind of the OG leader of the Celestia back in original Ravnica block. But they're kind of just meh. I mean, okay, their outfit design is terrible, like every girl's outfit is in OG Ravnica. It's like, yep, a man designed that. So that's not great. And, like, as the Celestia go, the Celestia were doing some stuff back then. You know, a little bit of mind control and stuff like that. And, you know, they had some interesting things going on. And, you know what, but it's also just, it's a lot of people. Like, I am, regrettably, aggressively monogamous. You know, if we're in a relationship, I am yours, and I'm the only one who's yours. And you know, like, this is a good group. I think they're cool, but I don't see it being a nice long-term relationship. And yeah, I mean, it's honestly the form of the Celestia that I personally really find myself attached to. When back in hundreds of years ago during original Ravnica. Next we have a newcomer, which is Siona, Captain of the Pyleas. And yeah, she's kind of attractive, but that's really all she has going for her. Like, she's gonna be busy, she's gonna be always on the move, she has all this other stuff, and really I want a bit more stability from my girlfriend. And I don't know, we just don't have any lore on her, so it's like there's not really much to go off of to see like how which we think. Like for her, definitely like one night stand. Yeah, sure, why not? But long term, I'm not really. I just don't feel like there's quite enough there for a nice stable relationship. Next up is Safi Eric's daughter. She's here because I didn't bother to look up her lore, and I'm all about furs and stuff, but she's just kind of there, and yeah, that's about where I'm at on her. Next up we have Castilla, the cultivator, and we're really getting into a lot of the girls who are like they're perfectly fine, but I just don't know enough about them because they don't have that much lore. You know what, Castilla has some good stuff going on. Like she has this nice hybrid of like Cara Metra and Pitcher Lady, Farah. And you know, I can get behind that, and you know, she's cool, but again, we just don't have that much going on. She's a nymph, so maybe a little bit of a difference in life experiences, but you know, I'm not gonna let that get past me. Not too much, and really, until we get to the very low, honestly, I wouldn't say no if they were interested in something. Let's be honest. When it comes to girls, I don't know, if you're pretty enough, I'm vain, and generally, and whether it should be this way isn't a topic for different things, but generally the girls in Magic are pretty, are fairly pretty, so they get a thumbs up from me. Especially the ones who are selesnya, because they're very much like, oh yes, we must be conventionally attractive in all these ways. So the floor for selesnyas is, well, actually is very low, but the average is pretty high. Right, next up we got Astrid, who we just don't have that much lore for. She's like, oh, she's there, and yeah, she's there. She's a cool outfit. I'll give her that, but that's about it. She just don't have that much lore, and I don't know, masks are kind of creepy, but she's fine enough. I like, it's just fine. Now we're getting ones which really don't have that much lore. We got Lady Caloria. Yep. She's just some archer. Also, she's listed as a human in the errata, but those are clearly extremely pointed ears. So is she just like LARPing as an elf, or what's going on there? But yeah, no, she's just some archer on Dominaria. Okay. I question her fashion choices, though. Jasmine Boreal. You know, I can get behind the sentiment of peace must prevail even if the wicked must die. You know, I'm about that. Like, it's like, you know, recognizing that peace is a good end goal, but you know what? Sometimes you got to have violence to actually in like other upheaval to get there. And you know what? That is a thing I can get behind. Like, just pure blind like commitment to peace is not a commitment to justice. It is a commitment to the status quo. And you know what? She gets that. But otherwise, we don't really have lore on her, or a really good like view of her whole look. She has a lot of hair and a nice off-the-shoulders dress, and you know what, that could be cute, but we just don't got much lore on her. Legends, am I right? Azmira, Holy Avenger. I haven't read the lore for Mirage in a while. I don't remember who this is, so she goes here. She might as well not have lore. Yep. Also, I think that's a woman. I might be wrong. It comes here anyway. Next up we have Jinora Asura of War, who is an angel of Bant. But just look at that, dogs. Wounded soldiers look up, grateful for her appearance, but she passes over them, her eyes firmly on their foe. I want a partner who will like attend to my needs when I clearly like need like these soldiers are wounded and all that, and she's moving past her, though she's an angel and could probably fix them without much effort. But she's all about just like, you know, I gotta get in there. And let's be honest, she's not going to be great at aftercare if that's her attitude in battle. So I'm going to have to pass. I just don't think she wouldn't be a good top. She wouldn't provide for my needs in the bedroom. And yeah, she's kind of just focused on her own thing, and like, determination's good, but maybe not in like a committed two-way relationship. So next we got Daughter of Autumn, and there's nothing wrong for her. But she also just looks like a middle-aged woman I would run into at Whole Foods, and who I'm not also particularly attracted to. I mean, you do you. I'd get tea with you, but I'm not particularly attracted to you. I'm sorry, Daughter of Autumn. Yeah, that's where I'm going to end that. Maya Elf Anima. Okay, so she's coming in at number 29. Just because, like, she's an elf, but she's just kind of a generic elf, but she also just, like, lives in the woods. So I can't imagine she smells particularly well. And with that, she's, like, more, like, hanging out with, like, beasts and stuff on Naya. And, that's cool. Like, I can respect that, but it's just not going to be that great overall, I think, in terms of just, like, that stability where it's like, you know what? I'm a homebody. I like nature, but I like going on walks in nature and then coming back home and being warm. And I'm not really about for extended stays in the woods, and I feel like she'd be really into that. So, maybe not. Alright, next up at 30, we got Tuvasa, the Sunlit. I'm not into fish. Like, that's just not really something I'm attracted to. I'm not a scaly. I think that's actually reptiles, but fish also have scales. We also call them scalies. So I'm not really attracted to merfolk. I mean, she might have some cool things going on with her, but that'd be hard to get past. I'm also not a big fan of water or like getting wet beyond like taking a shower. So, nah. 31, we got a similar vein. We have Miri, Weatherlight Duelist. Mary, you're great, you do awesome stuff, but I am also not a furry. So, no. You're not kissable. You're just not. And, that's gonna be a big no for me. So, sorry, Mary. You're just kind of there. Right, Corona arguably isn't a girl, and is just kind of a more agender being of after these different things. But she's made some of their component parts are girls. So I'm calling Corona a girl. I didn't bother looking up what they're actually classified as. But either way, not really. Like, I'm not a big fan of just of dating someone who's also at the same time like bringing kind of like ruin to Dominaria. It's just really not what I'm interested in a relationship. Like, I want my partner not to be in like any sort of like business where like I would have ethical qualms with it. Like, I don't want my like partner to be like working in like some sort of like finance thing where they're like exploiting people, or working for political causes that I don't agree with and stuff like that. And when it's a political cause I don't agree with, and that is honestly murdering a lot of Dominarians. And I mean, like, kudos to Corona, those are some rad legs, and I can get behind those like nice muscular legs. Oh, my legs are very attractive on girls. But there's just a lot of stuff to get over. Also, Corona just seems very committed to posing like that, and I need a bit more flexibility in like positions in bed, personally. So I'm gonna give it a pass, Corona. Next, we got Dramoka. Dramoka is number 33 because Dramoka is a dragon, and I have no real desire to sleep with a dragon. Like, call me unadventurous, but that's fine. I don't really want to sleep with Dramoka. Insert cons/dragons intercure discourse here. Similar vein, Palladium Wars. Also, don't want to sleep with a dragon. Yeah. No. I'll stick to humanoids, thank you very much. Next up we got Sliver Queen, at second to last, and, I mean, a lot of the other, like, Sliver legends might also be female, but I'm kind of putting all the Sliver beings here for the legendary ones as pretty much almost no, because it's a sliver. I don't have to say anything about that. It's a sliver. But it is higher than my last one, because at least this one would have the decency of killing me almost instantly. And at last place, at number 36 of the selesnya commander I would want to taunt me the least, and that is Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. No! I like my skin. I like having skin. You know what? I like skin. I think girl skin is nice. It's soft and stuff like that. But I would prefer the girl skin that I am feeling on the girl to be her skin. Not weirdly grafted onto other people for some reason. And she is lowest because she wouldn't necessarily kill me instantly. And you know what? I want a partner to complete me, but not in that way. That's a hard no from me, Atraxa. Phyrexians. Am I right? Just no. Alright. So, back to the middle. And at number 18 we got Shalai. And you know what? Shalai, like, we had, Jilin is my friend. Jinora, the band angel, who, like, wasn't probably good best of the aftercare. But generally the angels, especially of Dominaria, are gonna be pretty decent. Like, a lot of the ones who are following after, like, Sarah's, like, influence and things like that. You know, Shalai's there. Shalai is this low on the list just because I feel like we could get around it, but there are practicality issues with wings of that size in bed. Like, it could work, it could definitely work, but we probably want to figure something out. And you know, like that it's not an insurmountable hurdle, but it could possibly be a hurdle. Also, her hair is weirdly long, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, how healthy is that hair? Like, I just question. It's not really like complainer hair. I'm just like comment on her. Otherwise, pretty good. Just lots of stuff going on, but logistical issues that need to be done, and really logistical issues kind of exist for any angel. But you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Next, we have Alla Polini, Nestender, who kind of falls in the category of just perfectly fine girls that don't have that much lore, so I can't really judge them well or not. But she's higher because dinosaurs. And you know what? I like, not like sexually, but I do like dinosaurs. And you know what? I don't know how good she is in the bedroom, but man, I'm thinking there's a lot of cool dates we can do with, like, dinosaur-related dates, and, like, she could tell me a lot about dinosaurs, and, yep, dinosaurs. That's a bump up in my book. Alright, next up we got Anafenza the Foremost. Okay, to be completely honest, she is very attractive. I'm into that hair. I'm into her whole deal. She's a great aesthetic. That's a sweet sword, sweet armor. But look at that. The problem, rarely at rest on the Ember Throne. She's always on the move and all that. I want a partner who's going to be around. And again, one of the people who would be, like, very much interested in, like, having a long-term relation, like a one-night stand with. I just feel long-term isn't going to be great. Like, I want to spend evenings and time with my beloved, and I think Anafenza is just, she's too committed to her job, and it takes up too much of her life, and that's the problem. And I don't want to pull her away from that because she's clearly living her best life, because the Dragon's Trickier timeline is definitely the worst 2 of her lifetimes. And I don't necessarily want to take her away from that. That's a really hot haircut, though. Alright, next we have Rian, Angel of Rebirth. Now, granted we don't have much lore on her. She's just a generic Zendikari angel and all that. But, exact opposite of that band angel, Angel of Birth, she is going to be on top of aftercare. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. She'll get your vitality going again if you catch her on lead into. Because, oh boy, that's needed with lesbians sometimes. Because it goes a while. That's more explicit than I've probably ever gotten on this channel. But you know what I'm talking about. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm not going to avoid that, given the subject matter of this video. But Rian, yeah, no, she has got stuff. She has got. Just, I like her whole aesthetic, and really of the angels, I feel she's the most going for. It's being a good partner in that way. Except for one, and that's Sigarda, host of Herons. And that's because I love Innistrad. And also I love Sigarda and her whole lore about, actually, because it's, she's one where it's, oops, nope, too far, okay, Rian, we don't have much lore on her. Sigarda, we do have lore. She does care about you. She cares about humanity deeply and all this other stuff, and was honestly more devoted to humanity than even Avacyn was, because Avacyn was very much, programmed, was much more, centered to being, yes, I don't have control over my devotion to humanity, when you go inside her head, even before she went mad. But Sigarda it was always from this place of genuine love and emotion, and I want that emotional availableness in my partner, even if you are an angel kind of filling in for the footsteps of the now dead angel that the entire populace worshipped as a god. I wouldn't say no. I won't let that get apart from that. She has a home life. She's yeah, she goes out, but she does come back to the same place every time. So she's gonna have that consistency in making time for you. And you know what? Herons are cool. That's cool. But yeah. Alright. But next we got Samut, Voice of Dissent. And we're looking for the angels because at the end of the day, the angels are a bit it is a bit daunting. They're not gonna understand you as well. And you know what? Samut is it's one of those things where it's other humans and other humanoids, they'll get you better. I think overall they'll be a better partner just because that having that connection, shared life experiences. I mean, that said, my shared life experience is not anywhere near as what Samut's is, given that I didn't grow up on a world where I was being raised to just be essentially a gladiatorial fighter until I died or whatever. I mean, that's not what happened on Amonkhet, but generally, I didn't grow up on bolus-infested Amonkhet, or bolus-controlled Amonkhet. So maybe the whole shared life experience things doesn't work, but at least she's my size, and while she has great muscles. You know what? I like a girl who could just lets her emotions show. She's all about sticking it to authority, and I can get behind that. And she's very attractive. Yeah. Also very good teeth. They must have very good dental care on Amonkhet. So, props to Bolus for actually maintaining that. General Tazri. I like a lady in armor and full plate mail. I can get behind that, but she's inspiring. She greatly cares about it. She knows how to unify people, and she's got that. And she's not on the top ones, just because she is busy with her job all the time. And I'm kind of more envisioning a pre-Eldrazi disaster General Tazri, where it's the events of Alpha Zendikar kind of showed her stepping up to what she could be and then dying. But before that, like, I mean, like, it was more styled because she was just kind of there, and you know what? She's shown her qualities, even if she's dead now, that if I could go back time before she was dead, yeah, I could see it working. And again, I like myself a girl in armor. Shauna, Sisei's legacy. That's a great aesthetic she's got going. I like the mix of like leather and scale. Again, has always being on the move, and I am a homebody, I'll be honest, and I'm not big on the whole traveling thing. I'm not a big fan of most vehicles, so I don't really want to go around on an airship all the time. But she's very hot. And, yeah. Alright, next up I got Savala, Explorer Returned. Again, okay, a lot of these people are always like on the move and doing various stuff. I guess that makes sense because they're all green and they're like explorers and whatnot. But at least just she, in her title, comes home once in a while. And, oh, that's an aesthetic. That hat, that like fur-lined and leather, just the haphazardly like just like walking down the street with an axe out. Oh, that's good. That's real nice. And and also it's like her card is all about parlay. She cares about everyone getting kind of like things and providing for everyone to make sure everyone gets a piece of the pie. And yeah, also she's another person who was like, take this authority, and you know what? Like I said, I can get behind that. Yeah. Oh man, that's such a good outfit. That's a fantastic outfit. I want that hat. Alright, next up we got Tristani, Selesnya's voice. Now, many of you might be thinking, like, but Lily, why is Tristani so low on this list? Don't you, in your words, and I quote, isn't she the bestest girls? And I was like, yeah, no, totally, and I totally get that. They are the bestest girls. But in many ways, for the same reasons as the Course of the Conclave, where it's like, I just feel like it wouldn't necessarily work as a relationship. Like, she's doing so much with like managing this Celestia and doing this other thing. You do have to, in your relationship, you're sharing, like, every member of the Celestia is in a relationship with Tristani. Tristani knows every member of the Celestia personally because she's connected to all of the Vodas and the community leaders, and they know each and every member of their communities personally, and by transit, Tristani knows you, and by translating, Mount Celestia knows you personally. And just with all this combined, Tristani is a fantastic person, and I'm not sure how sleeping with her would work. She is 3 ladies with the bottom halves are trees. But you know what? That never stops some experimentation. But you know what? She has some better things going on, and I'm just saying in terms of a long-term committed partner, Tristani maybe isn't the best option, even if she is the bestest girls. Next up we got Rubinia Soulsinger. Moving on, we got Njila the Blade Blossom. You know what? Okay, warrior leader, but stays in one place. She's in Valor's Reach. You know what? Valor's Reach actually sounds like a pretty rad place to go. You got like like whole walks of like society, and you got like nice, cool like. I mean, I would be lying if I said that I would totally be down to watch whatever happens at these arenas, even if people do literally like. I mean, just people are constantly fighting, and it implies that the battle bond competitions aren't lethal, just because like there are so many like these veterans and whatnot. So I'd be totally down for this, and like, you know, she's attractive. She has good style. Like that's like I love the curves of her, like the different segments of her armor. You know what? That she takes good care of her hair if she's just wearing it out in combat. And that grace, that style, she's clearly a crowd pleaser. And you know what also she is? She's definitely a pleaser in other places. And also, presumably, she is kind of like one of these champions of Valor's Reach that she presumably has a little bit of money. And also, while I'm attracted to girls, you know what I'm also attracted to? Girls with money. Because I'm not above that. But also, she's very hot and has muscles and wears really nice armor and all that. And, yeah. Saskia, the unyielding. I mean, come on. Just look at her. And like, I'll be honest, like I'm actually not huge like I'm not huge on like I'm not against butch girls, but butch girls are not my first choice. Like I definitely prefer more on the femme side of things. And she's a bit more gone towards the very strong butch side of things, and I appreciate that. And it's definitely one of those things where it's like maybe it's a long-term relationship, like she does have some things to work through, but she makes that up for how incredibly attractive she is. Just look at those arms. They're like her biceps, and like the length of her arm is like the width of her head. She could definitely just like crush my skull with her thighs. God. What an attractive lady. What? I'm sorry, I got distracted there. Next we got Sisse, Weatherlight Captain. Many of the same issues as Shauna, but you know what? I go for the original. And you know, she's just a great character. She's like got grades of personality and things like that. And you know what? I'm behind that. And like she has lots of things. She like generally just is. She knows what to do. She's actionable. She takes charge, and all that just leads to this. Like yes, she's on the move and things like that. But you know, she's also has the fully powered weather light, which is like, you know what? I don't gotta be there. I'll just like make my home on, well, during her timeline, anywhere in the multiverse, and you know, she'll just make it home when hopefully in time for dinner and whatnot, and things for after dinner. So, yeah. Oh, Sisse's good. Sisse's very good. I need to reread the Weatherlight Saga. At number 4, Amara Tandris. Because the Selesnya are the bestnia, if bestnia includes being number 4. But again, like she gets around a lot of the issues of Tristani, because Tristani is like 3 different is 3 half plant ladies like converged into one tree and connected to the soul of the world. Amara is one elf who has a lower half and is like one of like the 2, is like the one top in all of the Selesnya who isn't a dryad. So yeah. Also boobs. like I'm like a huge like boobs don't matter that much to me, like and not like, and also conversely like butts also not as much. Like I'm a muscles girl. And just general overall aesthetic. Like if you have a good aesthetic, that is what I'm attracted to. Like if you can pull off a cohesive look and get that, that's what's attracted to me. I mean, she's got that, but also she has really nice boobs. Just saying. Yeah. And also the Celestia are the bestnia. Remember what I said about dinosaurs? Next we got Huali, Radiant Champion. Okay. Good aesthetic? Check. Girl in armor? Check. Dinosaurs? Check. She's a poet. I was an English major. There's like lots of connections there. You know what? It's just like there's the personal connections, there's the dinosaurs, there's the fact that she's just overall she's passionate and it has the other thing and has like all these things that she cares about. You know what? That's why she in at number 3 is Watley. Oh wow, she'd be a good top. I'm just saying. Also dinosaurs. Yeah. Number 2. Okay. Please note that everything that I said about like the angels being too far off and impersonal, yeah, you could apply that here. But number 2 is Karametra, god of harvests. Because like angels are like at least like these things where it's like there's a limit to their power, but they're like beyond like necessarily mortals, but there's limited power. Karametra's a full god. Like she can make it work. She when she's walks out of Nyx can like make it like be like, okay, so there isn't like the size differential, can make that work. I mean I wouldn't mind if she decided that she wanted to be like 7 feet tall. I mean I definitely wouldn't mind that if she wanted to make sure that she stayed significantly taller than me. But yeah, no, I'm just saying that Karametra, she just incredibly cares about her followers and all this other stuff, and you know what, she's just kind, you know what, her whole thing is food and stuff like that, and I am down for that. She has this giant, I don't know what that thing is, but it's giant and it's furry, and that's cool. And she has just this great aesthetic. Like, that chair is sick. Like, what I'm saying is that, like, you know what? Maybe I want to worship my girlfriend in more ways than one. Or worship my god in more ways than one. And you know what? Karametra is fantastic. Also, the selesnya, the bestia, and Karametra is the I'll come up with a wittier saying later. But she's the best. I'm not slightly bitter that she's mentioned twice in all of There Is Beyond Death. Yep, twice. But yeah. I'm not saying that like in a situation where there was a war between the gods, and not that that would ever come up in the lore, that we'd get a story about that, and like the gods are choosing champions, that I would definitely want to be chosen as Karametra's champion and also be in a relationship with Karametra. Hi, I need to write this fanfic after I finish recording this video, and you'll have to get back to me later on this one. You know, if you don't understand this, you don't understand this, but I have a deep need. But coming to number 1, the selesnya girl who I want to top me the most is Tamio, field researcher. Or just Tamio in general, not specifically her as a field researcher. Because I've reevaluated this. In the original War of the Spark, like girls who had like taught me in War of the Spark, I actually put her in the outside category, which is like, oh, these are girls who are not tops. And after rereading a lot of her lore and stuff like that, I have reevaluated my analysis of them. Because let's be honest, if you re-look, so especially if you look at her interactions with Jace and like Shadows of Innistrad, oh, she's a top. Like, I mean, putting aside that fact that like, and she might kind of overcome with this, but where it's also just one step back. I am saying this from the perspective of like before she was married and had kids, because she is currently married and has kids, and I don't want to get in the way of that, and she already has a family and things like that, that I am framing this as that hasn't happened yet. But back to what we were saying. But she's just yeah, by the time she gets to like know him, she actually like does kind of like get very like caring and protective of Jace, but like she's still kind of very much the kind of the very dismissive, like, oh, look at this poor thing, like moving on and stuff like that. And I'm definitely not into just a little bit of like DS. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. And think of the other thing she has got going. Her skin is apparently amazingly soft, and you know what? Yeah, that's good. She lives in a giant library above a waterfall, and oh my goodness, remember I said I was an English major earlier? That like oh, well, and she's a poet and stuff like that. It's like, oh, she lives in a giant library that's like in this cool scenic location. Like her whole thing is that she goes out on the expectations, but then she comes home for a while, and oh my goodness, yes, you know, she is a scientist. And well, I'm not necessarily a scientist myself. I appreciate the sciences a lot. I was like an English physics double major, even though I never finished either of them. But you know, like I get that, and well, I've definitely moved to more the art side of things. I appreciate the symbiotic relationship of the two, and having that kind of be there in like a relationship. She has a fantastic aesthetic with her clothing and just like all that going on. And, you know, the fact that she can float, that makes, you know what, being in bed. Think about how much that frees you, where you don't have to worry about necessarily, like, if you're in a position that you don't have to worry about her, like, crushing your arm. Because if that has a problem, she can just, like, float a little bit, and that's not an issue. Think of how many more positions that opens up. It's so many. And, you know what, there's just so much going on. It's just like, but overall, like, at her core, she's actually just like, for the people she cares about, she is very like kind and considerate and cares deeply about them, even if she is a bit condescending towards them. And that isn't a problem for me. For definitely not DS reasons. And just overall, I just think in terms of like lasting long-term relationships, assuming she is this before she's married and has kids, just want to put that out again. I just feel like she would of all of these Celestia legendary creatures, and planeswalkers, and well, legendary characters, she would be the best for me. Also, she's banned, and honestly, if my color, personally, it's like, I think my color identity is, I mean, I think I'm mono white, personally, but honestly, if you could put me to 2 colors, I'm Azorius. But then if you go to 3, I'm banned. Yeah, just ignore the fact that if you just have to, if you make me choose my 2 color combination that I am, I'm not Selesnya. As much as I hate to say it, I'm Azorius. I have too many spreadsheets to be a Selesnya. But you know what? Damio's all 3, and I can get behind that. Also, she's sweet, like she does like lots of stuff like researching like moons and things like that. I mean, granted, she is a moon folk, but you know what? I love just staying up at night, like looking at the moon, doing some astronomy. That sounds like a great date night. And you can go back home and, you know, have some definitely not Sorotami sexual intercourse. I mean, what? Hi, I've gone off the rails, but what did you expect in this video? Hi, I'm Lillian. I can't do endings very well, but that has been my rankings of all the current legendary Celestia characters in Magic. Yeah, I mean, it's super subjective. This is about me after all, and I don't know how to end this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. Do you disagree with me? Like, is there anyone like you think that like I unfairly like ranked that low that you think would make a better partner? I mean, the problem I think there is of the problem of this category where it's like, at least in War of the Spark, the focus was so much more planeswalkers, which there's a lot more character personality to talk about that we have a lot more info on than we do in, say, just random like commander type characters who have like a paragraph of lore and that's it. So I can't really speak as much to a lot of these, but yeah, let me just wrap it up here. And again, I don't know when my next video is going to be because I'm getting my wisdom teeth out tomorrow, and who knows how long it'll take for me to recover from that and be able to record again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a wonderful night with wonderful dreams. And as always, may your story smile upon you.